Hey there, it's Simon. Today we're tackling a common issue with LG dryers that take too long to dry your clothes. We will walk you through inspecting a few key components to get your dryer back up to speed. Things like the airflow is not restricted behind the dryer, that you are using a rigid 4-inch pipe vent with a limited amount of 90-degree turns, and the Lint filter, gas valve assembly, thermistor, igniter, and drum seal. Before we jump in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more DIY appliance repair guides. These repairs are easier than you might think, and with a little guidance, you will be able to handle them yourself. Let's get the dryer working efficiently again. With over 2 million products in stock and the know-how to help you to do it yourself, we are AppliancePartsPros.com. For the job, we're going to need a power Phillips screwdriver, a shorter Phillips screwdriver, flat-blade screwdriver, and a really small flat-blade screwdriver, adjustable wrench, multimeter, a couple of clamps, yellow-colored Teflon tape, putty knife, high-temperature adhesive, a short Phillips screwdriver, and the vacuum cleaner. The lint filter is a very important part of any dryer. In our dryer, it's located inside the filter compartment at the bottom of the door opening. Filter must be cleaned after each use and sometimes even twice during a single cycle. A dirty filter is a sure cause for airflow restriction and longer drying time. Forcing a filter in place often leads to damaging it, allowing lint to get through, clogging the exhaust system. So before doing anything else, pull out the filter and clean it well. You can vacuum it first, then wash it in the warm soapy water with sponge. If the filter is still clogged after cleaning, or if it's broken, get a new one. Place the filter in, making sure it goes in the right way and properly installed on rails all the way. If the filter was not installed correctly or was broken for some time, you should disassemble the dryer and clean the lint out. The burning gas is a source of heat in our dryer, and the gas valve controls the flow of gas, opening and closing it on demand. The gas valve is operated by 2 electromagnetic coils and 2 internal membranes and controlled by a number of safety devices. The valve is located near the bottom of the dryer on the right. The gas valve may cause longer drying time in a couple of different ways. The control coils get weak and work only in the beginning of the cycle, shutting down prematurely or if the membrane sticks. In any case, the gas valve won't stay open long enough to provide required heat. The safest way to check the gas valve is to take out 3 Phillips screws from the back of the dryer's top and slide it out. Then turn the dryer on for time dry, normal heat, and dim the room lights. Within a minute, you should see the red light glow under the drum in the front right corner. That's the igniter getting hot. After it gets really hot, the gas valve opens, gas ignites, and the igniter shuts off. If there is no flame, the igniter and the flame sensor cools down and the cycle repeats. That is the sign of bad control coils or sticking valve. In both cases, the gas valve needs to be replaced. Oh, and just in case, check if the gas shuttle valve behind the dryer is open. If gas won't ignite, you can run a resistance test of the gas valve coils as a second test. For that, we need to get to the main PCB. Unplug the dryer and turn the gas off. With the top panel removed, locate the PCB housing mounted in the center. Remove 2 Phillips screws to free the housing. Using the flat-blade screwdriver, undo the tabs and open the cover. Locate the blue 3-wire connector BL3 and disconnect it. Set your multimeter to resistance, horseshoe-like sign, to K ohms. Touch the red and pink wires and then red and white wires. In both instances, you should read 1.5 to 2.5 kilo ohms. If the resistance is off or no continuity, replace the gas valve assembly. The thermistor used in this dryer is mounted on the inner side of the blower housing next to the blower thermostat. Technically, it's a resistor changing its value according to the ambient temperature. we can test the thermistor at the PCB connectors. Locate the plug NA8 and disconnect it. Set your multimeter for the resistance, the horseshoe-like sign, and insert the probes into yellow and blue connector slots. At 60 degrees Fahrenheit, resistance should be 14.2 kiloohms. At 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 11.7 kiloohms. At 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 9.3 kiloohms. If the result is way off, replace the thermistor. When electricity is going through the igniter, it gets really hot and ignites gas inside the burner funnel. Igniter could go bad in two ways: burn out completely and not produce any heat, or lose its resistance and not being able to open the gas valve and ignite gas right away and hold the flame torch long enough. That causes the short cycling and longer drying time. We can test the igniter from the main PCB. We already have the dryer unplugged and gas closed, our PCB housing located and opened from the previous testing, so let's proceed. Unplug the black relay and yellow YL3 plug, and touch with meter probes the blue wire at the relay and number 3 gray or black wire at the YL3. You should read between 50 and 800 ohms. If the reading is way off or there is an open circuit, the igniter is doomed. There are two identical drum seals used in this LG dryer. There are sealing space between the drum edges and the bulkheads. They also serve as a glide bearing between the drum and the bulkheads. The worn-out seals causes hot air to leak into the cabinet, decreasing the temperature inside the drum and prolonging drying time. Look inside the drum and check the worn-out signs like open space between the drum and the bulkheads. As a result of our troubleshooting, we've been able to locate the reason why the dryer is taking too long to dry. It's a worn-out drum seal. Let's get to work. We need to disassemble the dryer and remove the drum. Move to the front and pull the water tank drawer on the left and remove the water tank. Using the Flatblade screwdriver, press the locking tab up from underneath the drawer and take it out. Using a Phillips screwdriver, remove 2 screws, one on each side of the drawer opening. Move to the right corner and remove 1 more Phillips screw from the back of the control panel. Disconnect control board plugs. Pull on the top and remove the control panel. Open the door and remove 4 Phillips screws, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. Next, remove top Phillips screws that hold the front panel. Use a Flatblade screwdriver to release the catch on the top right and tilt the front panel for about an inch. Disconnect the white and the pink plugs from the door switch and the light and remove the front panel. Remove 4 Phillips screws from the top of the front bracket and take the bracket away. Get down and disconnect the sensor plug on the right. Next step is to take out 2 Phillips screws on each side, lift up and remove the front bulkhead. I recommend wearing gloves for the next step. Don't get shy, get on your 4 and reach under the drum from both sides. Push up the idler pulley and remove the belt of the motor pulley, pull on the belt and slide the drum out of the cabinet. Using the putty knife, peel off the old drum seal and clean the residue of the drum. This is the old drum seal next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from AppliancePartsPros.com. Stretch and install the new drum seal. Use the clamps to hold it in place. Fold back the seal and apply some high-temperature adhesive on the rim. Allow 15 to 20 minutes before reinstalling the drum. You may clean the dryer. Using a vacuum cleaner, carefully not to break the igniter, clean the lint out. Get to the rear and clean the duct pipe. Using the Phillips screwdriver, remove 2 screws and take off the blower cover. Clean all the exposed components, including the filter cover, the blower and blower housing. Place the belt on the drum with the ribs inside. Install the drum inside. Make sure that the rear edge is on the 3 rollers. Place the gloves on and dive under the drum. Loop the belt over the idler pulley, push the idler pulley up, and install the loop over the motor pulley. Slowly turn the drum 1 full turn manually to check the belt position. Bring and install the front bulkhead. Make sure all support rollers are under the drum. Lock the front bulkhead into 4 pilot holes on the sides and secure the bulkhead with 4 Phillips screws. Install the top front bracket. Lock in the side hooks and secure everything with 4 Phillips screws, the longer ones on the sides of the cabinet. Get down and connect the sensor plug on the right. Bring the front panel, install it on the bottom hinges. Tilt it forward, reconnect the white and the pink plugs. Using the Flatblade screwdriver, lift the catch on the right upper corner and secure the front panel with 4 Phillips screws. Open the door and install 2 Phillips screws at the bottom and 2 Phillips screws at the top. Install the lint filter. Mount the control panel. Install 2 Phillips screws on the sides of the dispenser drawer opening and 1 more from back in the right corner. Connect all the plugs. Install the top panel, push it forward to lock, and secure with 3 Phillips screws from the back. Install the water tank drawer in. Lift the tab with the flatbed screwdriver and push it in. Place the water tank inside the drawer and slide the drawer in. Plug the dryer in and don't forget to open the gas. Thanks for sticking with us through this troubleshooting guide for your LG dryer. Once you have identified the part that's causing the issue, whether it's the drum seal or another component, grab your dryer's model number and head over to AppliancePartsPros.com to order your replacement part. Most orders arrive within a couple of days, so you won't be waiting long to get your dryer running efficiently again. We would love to hear about your repair experience, so feel free to share how it went in the comments below. Remember, we are here to support you every step of the way with our expert tips and guides. Happy repairing!